Greetings, friends. I bring you the words of the Lord Jesus, Shalom Aleichem, peace be with you. In case you're wondering, I'm recording this not at church, but at home. Today is Good Friday, the last day of Jesus' life in Holy Week. We pick up today's narrative where yesterday's narrative left off. Jesus was arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane, and from there he was taken to members of the Jewish ruling elite. We have record of a trial, or at least of a hearing. We have good reason to believe that it was not a full meeting or hearing of the Sanhedrin, the Jewish ruling council. There were rules set up to prohibit such things. A capital sentence could not be passed and carried out in the same day. Trials were not allowed to meet at night, and especially on the day before a major festival. We have pretty good reason to suspect that this was just an informal hearing and that Jesus was passed over to Pontius Pilate, who was the only person that was capable of passing a capital sentence. The Romans took that privilege away from the Jews, and therefore Pontius Pilate was the only one who could administer such a sentence. Luke's gospel tells us that when Jesus came before Pilate and Pilate found out that Jesus was from Galilee, he sent him over to Herod Antipas, who was the ruler, the tetrarch over Galilee. But Herod Antipas, for his part, wanted nothing to do with Jesus. He had already executed John the Baptist. He didn't need the blood of another prophet on his hands, and so handed him back over to Pilate. Jesus offered no defense of himself against the charges made against him. Pontius Pilate tried to release him as part of the Passover amnesty. The crowd that was present there did not want that. So seeing that he could make no headway, Pilate had Jesus scourged and sent him off to be crucified. The Gospels are very sparing in their description of crucifixion. Crucifixion was a very horrifying way to die, and polite company did not speak of it. It was reserved for non-Roman citizens and slaves. And it was really a message sent to the public at large that if you step out of line, you do the wrong things, you will wind up as this poor unfortunate has on a cross. Jesus spent only a few hours on the cross. The Gospels tell us that at 3 o'clock he had died. And his body was claimed by Joseph of Arimathea, who went to Pontius Pilate. Joseph of Arimathea placed Jesus in his own new sepulcher, a tomb in which no one had been laid. And with Joseph of Arimathea came Nicodemus, the man who had approached Jesus at night. Nicodemus came with linen cloths and about 100 pounds of myrrh and aloes for preparation for burial. And since the Sabbath day was close at hand, burial preparations were cut short. Jesus was laid in the tomb. And that was how the story should have ended, but it didn't. We'll talk more about that in the days ahead. And until we have a chance to meet again, Shalom Aleichem, peace be with you.